Howdy everyone, EddieTV here with some more Pokémon Colosseum. Last episode, we caught some strange Pokémon, or more specifically, we snagged them from some trainers. We snagged a Makuhita from either Trudley or Foley, I can never remember which is which. And then we also snagged a Bayleaf, which is also holding a Miracle Seed, so any grass type attacks you have will get, I believe it's a 10% boost to their power, so that could come in handy. But anyways, our next objective is to go over to Pyrite Town because that's where Rue was kidnapped after she saw that Makuhita. So let's go. But before we can go to Pyrite Town, we have to make a stop here at the construction lot. It's a construction site for an immense tower which will have a Colosseum on the top floor, which sounds pretty awesome. Too bad it's in construction. Does look pretty cool though. Actually, if you talk to them, these construction workers, they'll say that... Okay, not you. One of them is going to say that this place is pretty much done. They just have to clean up. Yeah, right here. What about you? Been working hard. Let me tell you, making this your huge showers on a massive job, it's hard to imagine, even for me. Wonder how much you all got paid for this. Oh well. Now we can actually head over to Pyrite Town. Also, if you've noticed any changes in the quality, it's because I've switched capture cards. Also, this is Pyrite Town, with some pretty cool music. I'm a huge fan of Pyrite Town's song. It's pretty cool. Aw, Mr. Johnson, give a man a break here. I keep telling you, I don't know anything. That better be true, Kale. If you're trying to con me, I'll know about it. Mr. Johnson, sir, I wouldn't think about lying to you. You've got to believe me, right? Alright, fine. I'll let you off easy today. See ya. What a nitwit. Of course I haven't got a thing to tell you. Yep. Anyways, as I was saying, I switched capture cards because the previous episodes were recorded with in HD PVR, and I switched over to the Elgato HD60. So if there's any differences in quality, hopefully they're minute. I don't think there's going to be that much of a change, but yeah. Anyways, this is Pyrite Town. It's supposed to be a town full of ruffians. If you don't want to get hurt, you should get lost and quick. Okay. Everyone here is kind of rude. This is Pyrite, the town of earth, wind, and money. You appear to be outsiders. You best beware. There are many ne'er-do-well sorts here. Now over here, this is the fortune-telling place. Basically, it's your hint place. If you don't know where to go, just talk to this fortune teller here. This is Fatine. That's an interesting name. Whatever problem, blah blah blah. I already know. There's also, you can check books here. I know in actually, I don't want to. Now over here, this is the police station. Oh, hello. I'm sorry, Chief, but there's trouble afoot. You know, now that I think about it, the Chief and West do look kind of similar. Wearing blue trench coats, got the spiky, silverish, grayish hair. Yeah, they look kind of similar. There's been talk that thugs have been witnessed using strange Pokemon. Huh, Chief? You're not the Chief, I beg your pardon. I'm here, Johnson. The story isn't new, I've heard it over and over already. Oh, Chief, there you are. You're such a kidder. Yeah, it seems that even the police force here are aware of these strange Pokemon. This is Charles, and let's see. Well, whether you're not, it would be best for you to get out of town as soon as possible. Sounds descend to a state of lawless chaos. I couldn't guarantee your safety if anything were to happen. Yeah, even the police force is having trouble in this town. Now this here, this is Trudley and Foley. This is kind of funny. They're hiding from Mirby, so they turn themselves in. Yeah. But I think they just mentioned that they turned themselves in for stealing that truck. And this is someone I can't really talk to, though. Oh well. Now we're just gonna really be exploring Pyrite Town. Maybe get some battles in. All that good stuff. What about you? Trying to tell me something, or trying to sell you? No, I don't have anything. And I don't want your money either. Wait, no, there was another NPC there. Hold up. Pyrite Town's always had a history as a rough town, with all the muscle-bound roughnecks about. That's not a surprise, but when Duking was in charge, there wasn't any of this lawlessness that you see today. Let's come over Duking. Who is this Duking person? Maybe we'll see them. And over here, this is the mart. Like how the H is about to fall off. Reminds me of that one episode of Gravity Falls where the H and I think it's the Mystery Shack falls off, and then Stan's like, what the H? Such a good little joke there. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, I don't have any Pokemon anyways. 10 potions for 10... That's a bit too good to be true. Actually, what if I say yes? If there was a deal that good, I'd keep it to myself. Yeah, see? And as for items, of course we can't buy Pokeballs here, and we are pretty well equipped with things like these, like all your standard status healing items, but full heals are probably the best, just because they heal any status, and I don't know, you're not gonna see yourself getting frozen that often in this game. Let's see, over here is the Capsule Corporation building? That's what I thought when I saw the C logo. The name's Duking. I run the Colosseum here, so you're Duking. If you want to enter battle, go see the Colosseum's receptionist. And if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. Sitting at your desk, crossing your arms, looking grumpy. I'm on the lookout. Nobody's supposed to get by me. There's nothing special behind the bookshelf. Really? 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 That's why, Marcia. We gotta somehow snag them from those criminals. You startled me. How did you get in here? That's weird. My little brother's supposed to be on lookout. It'd be better if he wasn't on lookout because it'd make the bookshelf less conspicuous, but oh well. I'm gonna play house? Yeah, I don't think you can do that right now because they're kind of busy. Yeah, it's something that's quite important. Please come visit and play with us another time. Okay then. Oh, hello. How much more are you gonna take from mere being the Stooges? They're using you in the Colosseum. What does it matter with you? Have they sucked the spirit right out of you? So you just claim up. I've lost faith in you. What was all that about? The man that went out is Silva. He's Duking's friend. He was really angry. His face looked all scary. What do you have to say about Silva? Okay. You don't say anything. Well, over here... Are you a trainer? Kinda weird, but you're a trainer too, aren't you? Yes, I am. Okay, teach me about one of these rules. Get the street battles rather than exchanging greetings. Okay, then. This is Chaser Calda. Nothing interesting as far as I remember. But, yeah. Really? Eccentric? Really? Okay, then. You use that. I have these things. You know what? I could also start using Bayleaf and Makuhita more, just because it'll help lower their little heart gauges. Also, the animation for Quick Attack is weird. Oh well. Let's just knock this thing out, because there's no way it's going to stand up to a confusion from an Espeon. Yeah, Espeon, it hits like a truck, especially against not fully evolved Pokemon. Okay, let me switch over to other things. Like Bayleaf. Bayleaf can have some fun. Let's knock out that Slackoth, just because it looks like it could be a bit of a problem. And Bayleaf, you... Oh, really? Well, you're hitting an Umbreon, so... Yeah, Pursuit, it does double damage when the opponent switches out. So, it could come in handy, but the fact of the matter is that Pursuit is a special attack in this game, and Slackoth is not meant for hitting with special attacks. Oh well. And let's use Confusion on the Slackoth. Critical, that was kind of unnecessary, but okay. You know what? Why not? Let's let's have Bayleaf attack. Let's have Bayleaf get a time to shine here. Or not! Okay, this is Hyper Mode. Randomly when you use Shadow Rush, the strange Pokemon will enter Hyper Mode, which basically means that they will, like, their shadow attacks will have an increase. Not shadow attacks, because Shadow Rush is the only shadow attack in this game, but Shadow Rush will have a higher critical hit rate, and I believe Bayleaf and other Pokemon that enter Hyper Mode, they have a chance of not obeying you, so yeah. Also, if you want to cure Hyper Mode, you can just call your Pokemon. That's what the call function is used for, since there's no need for a run command in this game because there's no wild Pokemon, but yeah. And also, when you call a Pokemon when it's in Hyper Mode, their heart gauge goes down a lot, so that's also handy. Helping hand. Also, since one of the heart gauge bars went down, Bayleaf, it remembered to move. So we got Synthesis there, which is a grass-type move that heals your HP. Normally it heals your HP by 50%, but if there's Sunny Day active on the field, it heals it by 75%, and if there's rain, it heals it by 25%, so yeah. Please don't enter Hyper Mode again. As cool as it is, it does waste a turn. Okay. Okay then. You know what, I'll just do that. I was not expecting that to happen, but we lowered another bar in the heart gauge, so yeah. And a critical return. Kind of unnecessary, but okay. And as you can see, Bayleaf did not gain any experience there, because that heart gauge is basically the replacement for the experience bar. Okay, now let's see. Did you relearn any new moves? No, you didn't, but your nature was revealed. You have a docile nature, so neutral. Not bad, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna actually put you over here. And sure, why not? Let's have Makuhita there. Just because we can have their heart gauges lowered. This here is a hotel. Before I actually talk to the receptionist. Yeah. The hotel pay money to heal basically, because there's no Pokemon Center in Pyrite Town. Wasn't that long ago when Duke was the man in Pyrite, but now that right out there, Weird Mirror B and his stooges right herd over the town. Okay then. Anything else? Nope. And this guy's knocked out. He's dreaming of a battle. How cute. Okay, let's heal up. Kinda sucks that we have to pay to heal, but it's only 100. And now we can continue on. Now, over here to the east of Pyrite Town, this here is the dual square, even though it's a circle. This is where Rui saw that strange Pokemon. So yeah. Now, what I'm going to be doing actually is there's a lot of trainers here, so I'm going to be speeding things up and post-commentating it because there are actually some Pokemon for us to snag here. So let's do that. Quite the hottie, why don't you lose that wallflower with you and be my sweetie? I'm good. Okay, now let's battle. Okay, yeah, Rui wants me to battle. Well, speed up time. Okay, so there's no strange Pokemon for us to snag in this battle, so I figured I might as well go over the specifics of Hyper Mode that I didn't really go over before. Of course, Hyper Mode will increase the critical hit rate of Shadow Rush, but in return, you can't use any items on your Pokemon that is in Hyper Mode. It's just gonna be like, nah dude, I just want to use Shadow Rush more. And if you try to use moves that aren't Shadow Rush, there's a chance that your Pokemon will obey, and they might even target its partner, which can get annoying, so you have to be wary of that. And if it's getting annoying, you can just call your Pokemon to get rid of Hyper Mode, but that's pretty much it. So now, on to Pokemon that we can snag. First off here is a Misdreavus. Misdreavus, it's one of the few, if not only Ghost type Pokemon in this game. I'm pretty sure it's the only Ghost type that you can snag in this game. So it has that going for it. It has access to Shadow Ball, of course, and it has Levitate, so it's immune to ground, fighting, and normal attacks. So it has that going for it, but in terms of stats, Misdreavus could be better. I mean, this game did come out before the 4th generation, so Misdreavus can't evolve in this game, so it can't quite live up to the potential that Mismagius has, but Misdreavus still has some uses here. It also has access to Confuse Ray. I think it can learn Pear Song as well, so you can use that with a bit of predicting, I guess, because trainers don't really switch in this game as far as I remember. But yeah, Misdreavus, I'd say it's more average. Like, if you want to use it, go for it, but I do think there are some better options that you can use in this game. But again, if you want to use one, it's up to you. So there's that. Also, snagging it was a pain. Anyways, on to the next trainer. So the next Pokemon that we have available to snag here is Noctowl. Noctowl, it's more of a support Pokemon just because its attacking stats aren't the best. It can take hits, especially special attacks. It does have access to Hypnosis, which is pretty handy when you're trying to snag things. And it can fly, but personally I'm not a fan of one-turn charging moves like Fly or like Dig or whatever, but I mean, the option is there if you want to use it. And again, options are limited in this game, so Noctowl could come in handy. It might be surprising, like, how useful it can get sometimes. Also, Reflect is a thing. Was that Reflect or was that Light Screen? I don't know. Also, snagging this thing was a pain. I don't know why it's like snagging Misdreavus and Noctowl were so difficult, but whatever. On to the next Pokemon, which is personal favorite of mine here. We have ourselves a Flaffy. Flaffy is pretty nice. I mean, it's a bit on the slow side, but it does have access to Thunder Wave, and I am a fan of paralyzing things. I think there's only one Pokemon you can catch in this game, or maybe two, that are immune to being paralyzed, because they're ground types. I think it's just one. So Flaffy is going to be pretty helpful in that regard, plus it's an electric type. Electric types are pretty handy. Again, the only thing that I don't like about it is that it's slow, but also its move pool is pretty shallow. But I like it. I like Flaffy a lot. It can come in handy, especially since I do love paralyzing things. So, next up on the list, we have this trainer here with a strange looking Skiploom here. Skiploom, it has that 4x weakness to ice, but I think it actually can get access to Sleep Powder. I might be wrong on that, but Skiploom, it's alright. I mean, I think there's better grass types. I'm more of a fan of Bayleaf in this game, but yeah. Also, these trainers here in the Dual Circle Square, they're actually one of the few trainers in the game that will keep these strange Pokemon if you knock them out, because you can just re-challenge these trainers to fights. And if you do snag their Pokemon, they'll actually get something to replace it. Anyways, this here is a Quagsire. Quagsire is also pretty nice. Aside from being on the slow side, its only weakness is a 4x weakness to grass type attacks. And it's also pretty bulky. It has access to Surf, which is really, really good. So, Quagsire is a Pokemon I can recommend using, especially if you can get one with Water Absorb, because then it can switch into water type attacks and heal itself. So, Quagsire, it's something I can recommend. It's something I like a lot, actually. I do love water ground types. I mean, my favorite Pokemon, which you can't get in this game, is a water ground type, so yeah. So that's Quagsire for you. And how many Pokemon do we have left? I think we only have one more actually. Now this Pokemon here is... it's Slugma. Slugma, not that good. It's slow, and it's not a good fire type. I'm sorry, but Slugma just not a fan. Not a fan of it, especially because Slugma's evolved form has a 4 times weakness to both water and ground, which are common types, but you can catch it for completion's sake. And if you really need a fire type Pokemon because you missed out on Quilava like I did, then you could catch Slugma and use it, but personally I'm not going to be using this Slugma here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the Pokemon that we can catch here in the dual square circle. All these squares make a circle. But yeah, also has Flame Body, so that might come in handy. Maybe, I don't know. Let's just catch this thing and get this battle over with. And that is every trainer in the dual circle, because it's not a square. And here's what my Pokemon are looking like. Let me just switch these back, just because I like having my Pokemon in, I don't know, their proper slot. So, Espeon and Umbreon didn't gain much experience. Bailey's Heart Gauge is almost all the way done, but got Body Slam as a result. And I think Razor Leaf. So yeah, Body Slam can come in handy. As for Makuhita, Makuhita's Heart Gauge is fully lowered, so we don't have a way of doing this right now, but the door to its heart is about to open. We'll do more with that later on. And also here are the moves that we learned. Mischievous has a jolly nature, and it got Confuse Ray. Noctowl got Hypnosis, which came in handy when catching things. So yeah, Makuhita, since its heart gauge is pretty much lowered, I'm gonna swap it for some of the Pokemon that I caught, like, while in the place, while in the dual circle. And yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna be doing for at least this part of the game until my team is pretty much ready, because I do have an idea of what my team is going to be, but for the meantime, I'm just gonna be working on getting the heart gauges of these Pokemon lowered. But yeah, let's explore the rest of Pyrite Town. Right over here, this is the windmill. And let's see, this windmill generates electricity for powering the Colosseum. May look a little worse for wear, but it's still going strong in active service. That's nice. Large gears are rotating. I want to talk to this person. For 3 long years, I've spun these gears. What's with you, younglings? You want to spin gears too? Sure. Not to disappoint you, but this isn't a job that anyone can just pick up. Give it another 20 years and come back. Okay then. Let's hope none of these gears are any Pokemon in the Clink family. But yeah. Over here, really nothing noteworthy. But here, this is where the Colosseum is. That is pretty much the talk of the town. What do you have to say? It's scary. Take a look down there. It feels like it's going to suck you in. This crevice runs deep under the ground. You can't even see the bottom from here. Sea Pirate's an old mining town. Interesting. Doesn't look like I want to fall all the way down there. And you... A victory slipped from my grasp, the last knockout challenge. And it's not just once either. It was the time before and the time before that too. Okay then. Yep, this here is the Colosseum, where we can take part in a little knockout challenge. Also, there's a healing machine right here, so it makes the inn totally pointless. Didn't get here in time to make the registration. I've heard rumors that if you win the challenge, you get an awesome Pokemon like that Kale did. Interesting. Wasn't Kale the guy who's hanging around the town's entrance? We should ask him, he might know something. Okay then. Also, before I do that, let me just, let's see. What looks like it'd be fun to use? Yeah, sure, let's put a Flaffy in here. And the heart gauge of these other Pokemon. Also, you can re-challenge the trainers in the dual circle square anytime you want, so it's an excellent way to grind for experience for Espeon and Umbreon, as well as lower the heart gauge of all of these Pokemon that you've been snagging. So yeah, now let's just go see what this Kale has to say about this Colosseum, because looks like there's something shoddy going around here. Okay then, Kale, you're over here at the entrance of town, and you're the one with the green hair. Right over here. Huh, what's that? You want to know if I have a weird Pokemon? If you want to know that much, you may as well see it with your own eyes. Okay then, Rogue Kale. This weird Pokemon of yours? What could it be? Is it the Ferret? Is it the Ralts? Well, we'll see soon enough. We'll see what this guy has. Yep, he has a weird Pokemon. It's that Ferret. So Ferret, it's a normal type, and it doesn't really come in handy because of that, but could be worse. There could be other Pokemon here. Let's start things off with a Reflect. Let's get rid of that Ralts just because. Oh yeah, it does have Strength, so that is a thing to look out for. So despite it being a normal type, it does have a strong move in Strength. But also, for its move pool isn't really the best either. All it gets really are normal moves. I mean, we can see what else this thing has to offer by letting it battle some more. Also, because I have that Flaffy here, I could try to get Static the trigger to paralyze that Ralts. Let's see, you have a C-Dot. Let's see, how do I want to go about doing this? I already have Reflect set up, which did actually come in handy because it lowered the damage of Strength immensely. Let's get rid of that. Let's send Flaffy in. And yeah. Also, this can get Flaffy's heart gauge to lower because once it has access to Thunder Wave, it's going to be really helpful when it comes to catching things. Okay, Confusion. Please knock it out. Just because, yeah. I want to focus on having Ferret all by itself just because then it'll make it easier to deal with. Really? Machop? Okay then. Confusion and Shadow Rush. I could try to catch Ferret, even though it's at full HP. Maybe. I don't know, but either way, I'm snagging this fella. Not the Machop, I'm snagging the Ferret. Yeah, if you actually do try to snag a Pokemon that's normal like this Machop here, Rui is gonna basically be your conscience and say, no, don't snag it. So, that's interesting. Okay, please. Okay. Actually, while I'm here, I can show off this interesting little glitch that I'm not really going to be using, but I'm just going to show it off here. So basically, it's a way to get infinite balls. That sounded weird, but what you do is, since you have two Pokemon here, on your first Pokemon's move, you use the ball that you want to use. For example, this Pokeball. And then for the second turn, what you do is you switch that item, you switch its spot with a different item. So now the Pokeball is down here in the second item slot of this bag. And what that does actually is it's gonna treat it as if you've never used that Pokeball that I'm using. So my Pokeball count was 28, it's going to remain at that. So basically you have an infinite use of whatever ball you want to use. But that's a bit broken, especially like when you have things like Great Balls or Ultra Balls. It just makes it a bit unfair, and although it is a really nice way to... I'm just gonna move you back there. Yeah, it does make it a nice way to save money, but again, it's not something that was intended in the game, so I'm not really gonna be making use of that, just because it's not really fair to do that. So, yeah, that was just for demonstration purposes. Don't expect me to do it again. Ooh, quick attack. Hit for it, please. Thank you. Static trigger, please. Or not. Okay. I'm done lowering your HP. Now I can just focus on... I should set up another reflect, actually. Yeah, let's do that. And throw this. And then next turn, I'll just call Flaffy just to get its heart gauge lower a bit more. Okay, you get not caught. Okay, rude. Can you at least hit Flaffy again? I want static to trigger just to make my life easier. Okay. Things are looking pretty good. I'm pretty much... I think I have this guaranteed. If not, I'll be pretty surprised, just because I don't think Flaffy's Furt's catch rate is that low. And come on. Let's snag you now, please. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay then, your shadow Pokemon. Okay, so that's what they're called. It's about time I can call them that, actually, because I've been withholding that, just because I didn't want to spoil what these strange Pokemon were called. He came up with that fancy, tough-sounding name, Shadow Pokemon, but it was no big deal. You guys be careful, too. Don't be played for a sucker. That's about all they'll give you if you win at the Colosseum. Okay, yeah. They give us Shadow Pokemon at the Colosseum. Well, for winning at the Colosseum, really. Also, ooh. Looks like we have some shenanigans going on here. I trust things are going according to plan, Mirror. Oh, yes indeed, Master Nascor. Our plan is coming along in a lovely, peachy keen way. We've already broken Duke's spirit. We can do as we please at the Colosseum without his meddling. We've been giving away Shadow Pokemon on the slide to challenge winners for gathering data. Good. The others also appear to be doing their parts to implement our plan. Our Shadow Pokemon plan is falling into place quickly. The final phase is not far off. Whoa, this is perking up my spirit and body. Oh, I feel like dancing. Save your dancing until our plan succeeds. I'm off. That's not looking nice. Shall make my return to the cave where my darling Pokemon await my return. Let the music play. Love his song, though. But yeah, looks like that's the plan here. Guess there's no choice but to take part in the battle challenge there. Why, yes, that is indeed going to be our plan. So let's head on over to the Colosseum. Except not really. Someone, there's trouble. Help me. Jeez, you're like twitching on the ground too. You alright, dude? Oh, hello. That Silva's gone too far this time. He ripped out and ripped off one of the gears. The Colosseum's ring's gonna be without power. Chief, are you alright? Yeah, the only thing bruised is my pride. It was only Silva, so I wasn't expecting any trouble. Huh? But isn't Silva Duking's trusted lieutenant? What's his motive for doing this? That's what I want to know. He was ranting about how the Colosseum can just shut down or something. Sorry to worry you, younglings. Thanks, I'll be fine. But I need to ask for a favor. Sure. The Colosseum loses power, the whole town suffers. I need to find that gear Silva ran off with. I'm counting on you, younglings. Okay, then. We have a bit of a thing to do here. Now, actually, I don't know if the game mentioned this anywhere, but let's see. He must have been driven to desperation. Maybe if we talk to Duking, we can find out where that gear is. I mean, I know where it is, but I don't think the game mentions where it could be. You're not. This is the wrong building. Sorry, but no. This is the building I want to go to. Yeah, see, that kind of reminds me of the Capsule Corp logo. But this isn't Dragon Ball Z, so... yeah. That's it? That's all you have to say? Well, anyways, since I know where to go, I might as well show it off. What you want to do... ooh, you know, maybe Fatine will tell. I don't know. Let's see... have you saw... just tell me. Sammy's fun. Really? Okay then. Rude. But what we want to do here is actually go to the construction lot. Just because that's where the gear is. How Silva traveled all the way here, I don't know. But it's here. So, yeah. Let's just head back and fix things up. I found the gear. Terribly sorry, Chief. You sure you're okay? I'm fine. There's no need for all the worrying. Good, that's good. But Silva, this is an outrage. No, I reckon he agonized over this and did it because he thought it right. I can't blame the man for that. Enough about that, Duking. Instead, I think you should look over there. Yes, it's me, Wes. Because I got the gear. I'll ask you to excuse me for my behavior earlier. You seem to be people who are worthy of trust. You have my sincere thanks. Okay then, let's put the gear back in. That's it's just called gear. Okay then. And boom, we did it. 30 long years of cranking gears. Oh, I wanted to pull the lever. Oh well, at least the windmill is running, which somehow powers the Colosseum, I guess. Okay, I can tell that you're a man of courage and honor. I have a favor to ask. Okay then. I'm grateful. I want you to enter the next Colosseum battle. That's what I was planning on doing anyways. I need to win the knockout challenge and find out what is going on there. I can tell from a glance that you're no ordinary trainer. I know you can win. I'm sorry, but help me. Yep. We have our next objective, which we were going to do anyways. Just we got held up with this whole gear nonsense. But yep. Our next goal is to challenge the Pyrite Colosseum, which we will do in the next episode. So, I'll end it off here. And see y'all next time for some more Pokemon Colosseum. Also, I just really like this town's music. I'm pretty sure off-screen, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be battling a bit, get Espeon and Umbreon's levels up, and also... oh, your heart gauge is fully lowered. Nice. Yeah, I'm just going to be working on lowering the heart gauges of the rest of these Pokemon. So, yeah. I'll end it off here, and see y'all next time for some more Pokemon Colosseum, which I already said, but, yeah. Later.